Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Hayleys Space. My name's Hayley. I'm a nurse and knitter from Melbourne, Australia. And welcome to episode 1 of Vlogmas for 2024. I am so excited to be back again for Vlogmas this year. Now, just a little disclaimer, I will be doing weekly vlogs for Vlogmas again this year. I am a nurse, so I do shift work, which means that my roster changes week to week. And so I find that weekly vlogs just work best for me. That means I have more exciting things to show you throughout the week, and I don't get burnt out as easily. And I have time to actually edit this video and get it uploaded for you. I also wanted to say thank you so much if you're a new viewer or a returning viewer. Thank you so much for choosing to spend a part of your December with me. I know there's a lot of vlogging content out there right now. There's a lot of festive content out there right now. So if you're choosing to spend a little bit of your December with me, I really appreciate it, whether it's 5 minutes of this video or every minute of every single episode this month. I appreciate you and thank you so much. I also wanted to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you who left me such kind, beautiful messages on my most recent podcast episode. That went up yesterday for me, and all of you have been so kind and so lovely, and yeah, I really appreciate all of your heartfelt congratulations and well wishes and everything. I really appreciate it a lot, so thank you so much. Now, this is a knitting channel, so I'm going to try and focus a little bit more on my knitting this year. I was watching back some videos from last year's Vlogmas and I kind of talked a lot about my knitting but didn't show too much of it, so I'm hoping to hone in a little bit more on the knitting side of things this year. So I thought we'd do a little run through of my whips and also my plans for the coming weeks. I think I'll get the biggest thing out of the way. So I actually flew in from Queensland last night. I was visiting my boyfriend who lives in Queensland over the weekend, and so I flew in last night. I got home at about 1:30 in the morning this morning. I think right now it's 8 a.m. right now. I need to get a wriggle on, but we'll get to that in a minute. And whilst I was there, I cast on a December bow, which is now on the blocking mats. I finished this one yesterday. I had worked on it in the cinema and just during the day when we were just hanging out, and I knew I wanted to block it before I tied it up into a bow, just because it's a garter stitch, all over garter stitch bow, but with these I-cord edges. And so I wanted to block it before I tied it into a bow, just so it had a very even look about it. So I blocked that last night when I got home, and it's still drying. It's going to be about 30 degrees Celsius here today, so I'm hoping that that dries whilst I'm at work today. So that's the first kind of whip. Now the next things I want to update you on are really exciting. I did show these in my podcast and I did block them when I got home last night, and let me hold them up. They do have water in them. These are my hot water bottle covers that I am going to be gifting to my boyfriend's family. So I think I showed you this red one. Oh, it's got marks in it from the drying rack. Can you see that? Damn, that's a shame. This one's got it too. I might need to reblock these, having seen that. I was resting them on the drying rack last night and I just didn't think. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. I just didn't think that through. Anyway, moving on. This is the red one that I showed you the other day. So these are knit up using Bendigo Woolen Mills Classic 8 ply. This is the color Ember Mix. Face out the way. And these are all leftovers from my Maxine sweater that I finished up last month. And the hot water bottles hadn't arrived whilst I was filming that podcast. And when they did, this was before I left for Queensland, I tried to put the covers on the bottles and they were too small. And I was really scared that none of them were going to fit. So this was the green one. I can't remember the name of this colorway. I will link everything that I talk about down below. If I have forgotten something in an episode of Vlogmas, just let me know. Pop a comment down below and just let me know what I'm forgetting, and I will either reply to the comment or put it in the description for you. But all the colorways and names should be in the description. This is the green one. which I thought was going to be too small as well. This one here, I think I showed you, this is the Mudo sock chart, because the stitch counts for the pumpkin spice hot water bottle cover, this is a pattern by Penrose knits, by the way, has stitch counts that are reflective of colourwork socks. So you can kind of put in whatever colourwork sock chart you want, basically. So yeah, this is the Mudo sock chart, and that background colour is caramel and the contrast colour is raffia. And then the last one is this one here, which is I think my favourite, and I might knit up one like this as well for myself. But this background colour is magnolia, and then this red colour is the ember mix as well. And this chart is the November Colourwork Cuff Club chart by Summerlee Knits. It's so cute, it's so festive, I love it. And this one is for my boyfriend's grandma. I was worried they weren't going to fit, and I was only going to block the red one because I knew that fit the hot water bottle. I tried that one and that one was fitting successfully. And this one, because I actually knit this one a little bit bigger, I knit a couple extra rows before starting the colour work and before starting the decreases, and I knit the turtleneck part a bit longer. And so I was only going to block these two, and then I thought, you know what, it's just going to be such a waste not blocking these two and not trying to see if they fit, and just having to knit two more. Like, time wasted. They're so beautiful, you might as well see what you can do with them. And they fit after blocking, believe it or not. So yeah, these are all done. This whole set is finished. I'll see if I can hold them all up together. There we go. The whole set is done, and I'm so happy with them. I'm so proud. Last year I gifted his mum and his sister some penny gloves. That's featured in Vlogmas. And I gifted his dad a cowl for when they went skiing last year, because I couldn't go with them, which was really sad. I was working, I couldn't get the leave off. So I was proud of those gifts, but I'm even prouder of these ones. I think my skills have come so far just this year alone, especially with colour work and things like that. Yeah, and I just feel really proud to be gifting these. I obviously have to trim all the ends and everything, because yeah, they blocked last night. I think Laura mentioned in one of her videos that if you put the hot water bottle inside the cover and then fill it with hot water whilst the cover is wet, block it that way and it will dry quickly, obviously because of the heat, and it did. They dried overnight. So I'm going to tip the water out of these this morning so that by the time I send them off, they're not wet on the inside. But yeah, they're done. So yeah, that's the update on those hot water bottle covers. I do want to make one for myself, and I think I want to make one for my boyfriend as well. But yeah, I think I'm going to give the pattern a break for a little while. After making 4 in a row, I needed something different. I think that's why I cast on the December bow as well. I just wanted some variation. Okay, I definitely showed these ones in my podcast, but I'm hoping to knit up the second one fairly soon, maybe cast on this week. And that's my November Colourwork Cuff Club socks. So yeah, by Summerlee Knits. This is the same chart that's on this bottle, just flipped. And I knit these up using Drops Fabel. Again, I will list the colour names below because I cannot remember, well, colour numbers I should say. But this is my first sock. I knit up the second size, and I did a slip stitch, heel flap and gusset. I don't know why that's not focusing. There we go. Slip stitch, heel flap and gusset, and then just a regular wedge toe. With a 1x1 rib cuff. And I haven't cast on the second one, but I want to. I knit these up using a 2.5mm needle. So I want to cast on the second one hopefully this week. Another pair of socks, which were just some ribbing in the last podcast episode, that I have made a lot of progress on this weekend, are my mountain pine socks. Look at those. And I'll show you the back too. So this is a pattern by Stone Knits. And these socks are a gift for my boyfriend. A Christmas gift that I'm going to give to him before Christmas so that he can get some wear out of them. Again, this is Drops Fabel. I cannot remember the colours, so they'll be listed down below. but it is a colourwork sock pattern, and it is all over colourwork technically. It's got this speckled part all over the sock as you go along, as you can see here. Now, I did say in my podcast that I haven't been keen to try a new heel construction, but this pattern features a short row heel, and I got up to the heel on the plane last night and I thought, you know what, why don't I just try it? And I did, and it's come out okay. Let me know if I've done it incorrectly, because there are like little holes, and I frogged it twice thinking I was doing it wrong, but obviously I couldn't Google a video or anything because I was on the plane. So I kind of just did what I thought the instructions were saying. I'll try and focus it for you. So that's the side there. It's kind of got a couple little holes, but I'm quite happy with this heel construction. I don't know how it's going to fit. I've only ever done a slip stitch, heel flap and gusset. It was nice not to take my stitches, like have to pick up more stitches, if that makes sense. It was nice just having all my stitches on the needle already and just having to do it that way. But it was a little bit fiddly. I am doing these magic loop on 2.5mm needles. And yeah, it was just like a little bit fiddly, but we'll see how it fits. It looks nice. Like, it looks fairly clean and like neat. But yeah, I'll let you know how that goes. But yeah, this is just the first sock. So I'm now up to putting all the stitches back on the needle and knitting the foot, which might take me a little while. But yes, those are the socks for my boyfriend. They have another current whip. Then I haven't made any progress on my beanie for my brother. This is using the Crofting in Scotland pattern by Bunny Muff. And this is an Erikson Scandi Soft or Eco Soft, one of the two. It's a 50% wool, 50% acrylic, I think. Yeah, and I've only just done the ribbing. I haven't touched this since I filmed my last podcast, but that needs to be done in the next 2 weeks so I can send it off for Christmas so that he can get it in time for Christmas. So yes, that's another whip. Last one, because I do need to get a wriggle on, is my modified Moby sweater by, by Petite Knit and by me. This is a gift knit for my dad. It's supposed to be gifting for Christmas, but as you can see, I have not touched it in a while and it needs to be done, but I don't think it's going to be done in time for Christmas. What's nice about living in Australia, with it being hot at Christmas time, mostly because it's hot, it's nice, but it means that if I don't get people's gift knit sweaters done in time, it's not a big deal because they're not going to wear them until like June, July next year. So I've got a little bit of time to finish this. I wanted to be able to gift it at Christmas time, but you know, life gets in the way. But yeah, this is based off of the Moby sweater by Petite Knit. I am using all of the instructions for that. I've just changed the cables. So we've got the honeycomb cables in the middle. Then I've got a small twist, big twist, small twist. And I have picked up for the first sleeve, I don't know if you can see that, with these like horseshoe cables and then 2 small twists. And then just double moss stitch all over basically. 1x1 rib neckline double folded, just folded. Yeah, and I've done that much of the body. There's the sleeve there. So yeah, it's going, but it needs more progress. So I'm hoping to work a little bit more on that soon. I think what I'll end up doing is finishing my brother's beanie and finishing my boyfriend's first sock, and then I might pick this back up again. But I just knit what I feel when I feel. It's just one of those things. It's the way I knit. So I may cast on other things before I get around to finishing this sweater, but my dad understands. He totally gets it. I knit my mum a sweater. It was my first ever cable project. It was a gift for her, and yeah, it took months. I think it was like 2 Christmases went by and I was like, it's coming, it's coming. So he gets it, he understands, and he definitely appreciates the effort and the level of complexity. He likes to say, oh, it's a very technical knit. It's very technical, isn't it? So he definitely appreciates and understands the effort and the time that goes into a knitted garment. So that's really nice. And he's being very patient. Okay, so that's all the knitting I have to show you right now. Again, I'm really going to try and focus a bit more on my knitting this year. and show you everything to do with that. We are going away for Christmas, so if you missed my most recent podcast, you will have missed that we are going to the United States of America for Christmas. We'll be in Denver, Colorado for Christmas itself, so that'll be the last week of Vlogmas, and I'll take you along for that. I have a couple other things planned, but as I said, I will be working for the next 2 weeks before I go on annual leave. So I'm going to just try and film when I can during that working period. I'm on day shifts for a little while for the rest of this week, and then I go on night shifts next week. So yeah, I'll try and update you throughout the days when I can. I might miss some days. I'm not going to be filming on Sundays this year. I'm just going to use those as my rest days. But yeah, I'm really excited. I think also I mentioned in my podcast that we are starting to organise our house for a big move. I'm going to be moving to a country town in Victoria to study medicine next year. So a lot of you left some really nice comments as well on my podcast. Someone said, we're not here to critique your house, we're here to look at your knitting, so don't worry, which I really appreciated. But yeah, I will apologise again if there is a little bit of mess and chaos and just things going on in the background. Yeah, that's all part of my life at the moment. And I guess taking you with me for weekly vlogs for the next 4 weeks, you're gonna see all of that chaos. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling because I need to get ready for work. I have an evening shift today, which is from 1:30 p.m. till 10 p.m. But before that, I'm going to go visit a friend. I'm going to go to his house, and my other friend is going to come and join us. And we're going to play this dominoes game that we're obsessed with. I think I showed it in one of my previous vlogs. But yeah, we love it. So we're going to do that and have a big catch up. We haven't seen, the three of us haven't got together all together for like a couple months now, so that's going to be really nice. It's been really hard with everything going on in life, trying to stay on top of friendships and things whilst also working and doing YouTube and managing everything else. So it's going to be really nice to see them. Yeah, welcome to Vlogmas. I hope you're excited. I'm really excited, and I'm excited to take you along with me and just show you what I get up to. Let's do it. I'm so excited.
I only have one wish for the shooting star. Holy night, send me someone to love so I can hold their hand while we're ice skating around the trees in Central Park. Kiss them under the mistletoe. Oh, I want a Christmas kind of spark. Santa Claus, do you know Cupid sent his arrow straight to my heart? I wanna fall in love this Christmas. Santa, that would be the greatest gift of all. Turtle doves and all my favorite things come in sets of two. So does love. Send me someone I can talk to. We'll share stories about childhood memories of Christmas past. Chestnuts on an open fire and another log to make it last. We'll build Frosty the Snowman and dance along with the Christmas band, and then we'll frolic like two old lovebirds walking around a winter wonderland. Santa Claus, do you know Cupid sent his arrow straight to my heart? I wanna fall in love this Christmas. Santa, that would be the greatest gift of all. Send me an extra stocking to hang next to me on the wall. Santa, send me a love for Christmas, and that would be the greatest gift of all. Send me a love for Christmas, that would be the greatest.
Good morning. It is the 3rd of December and it is 12 p.m. And I am just about to start getting ready for work. I do need to leave in like 15-20 minutes. I got home from work around 10:30 last night. We had a pretty busy shift. Just very unwell patients at the moment. You know, admissions like crazy, blood transfusions, all of that stuff, all happening all day. So it was a little bit hectic. So I was happy to get home and get to bed. But yeah, this morning I had a little bit of a sleep in, went for a walk, and I have just finished up, well, kind of finished up my December bow. I forgot this morning that I actually needed to do the double knit band that goes here, and so I quickly cast that on just now and finished that up. You only need to do about 5 centimeters or something for that double knit section, so it only took me a couple of minutes. And I have sewn up the bow and it looks fantastic. I'm not sure about these little bits at the bottom, they're a bit uneven, but I'm not fussed. And I realized yesterday I forgot to say what I intended to do with this December bow. I have ordered myself a red burgundy dress online that I'm intending to wear for Christmas Day, and I'm intending to put this in my hair at the back to match the dress. And I've got some tights that have little bows on them and things like that. So that's what this bow is for. So the next step is that I need to go buy a clip to attach this to, so that I can put it in my hair easily. But it's done. So there's another finished object. I'm really happy with that. It looks really, really cute. It's come out exactly like I intended. I really wanted the like loops of the bow here to be like quite big, so that they kind of droop down when I wear it in my hair, and it's really, it does that, which is awesome. I think that's the way Petite Knit designed it. I think also just this yarn, after blocking, just has a beautiful drape to it that just makes it look fantastic, and the rich burgundy red is just, it's just perfect for what I want to wear it for. So yes, that is done. I'm going to go to Spotlight hopefully sometime this week. So I'll probably grab a hair clip from there, and I might just hot glue it to that. We'll see. We will find out. But yes, as I said, I need to quickly eat some lunch and then I need to go to work. This is kind of what Vlogmas is going to be like. It's going to be me knitting and working, I think. But that's just life at the moment. I hope you're enjoying so far. Another evening shift tonight, but I have a late early. So I have an evening shift tonight, finish at 10 o'clock, and then I'm back again tomorrow morning for a shift that starts at 7. So you might not hear from me until tomorrow afternoon. But yeah, that's what's going on. I'm really, really happy with this bow. Yeah, really, really happy. So yeah, finished object for this week. Happy days. Let's go to work. Hello everyone, I am in the car on my way to a gym class. I had a pretty busy shift this morning and I was really tired. I'm really not like a morning shift person. I really like the evening shifts, just because I get the mornings to myself and I can take my time to get up and get ready for the day. And there's no stress about getting up at 5:30 in the morning and having to quickly get dressed and get to work on time. So yeah, I was quite tired this morning, but I am on my way to a gym class. It's a gym class that I do with a couple of my friends, so I'm really excited to see them as well. But I thought while I'm in the car, I might as well talk to you about the December Colourwork Cuff Club charts, because they came out a couple days ago, And I just don't think I'm going to knit it up this month. Summerly Knits released 2 charts again this month. Both of them feature stripes, but obviously you can omit the striping. But the first one is some houses. The other one is some pine trees with some snow, which is also optional. And she did mention in the caption on her Instagram that, you know, if you're in the southern hemisphere, you know, you can omit the snow, so it's a bit more summery kind of thing. And I did put a post on my Instagram story asking for you guys' opinions and what you thought and if you were going to knit them up. And someone from the southern hemisphere said that they're going to knit them up but turn them into little beach houses, which I thought was really, really cute, and very Melbourne as well. If you're from Melbourne or you know anything about Melbourne, you know we've got the like rainbow coloured beach house things on I think it's Brighton Beach, and that's quite famous. So I thought that was quite cute and quite Melbourne, and a nice touch and a nice way to interpret a pattern that maybe necessarily wasn't designed in an like a way that you're interested in, if that makes sense. But I think even looking at some different options and hearing from you guys, I don't think I'm going to be knitting it up this December. It's just, I don't think they're for me. And I think also as well, I just don't have the time. I think I want to focus on getting some gift knits and things done. I'm getting all of that out the way and focusing on that before the end of the year, before casting on even more socks. You know, I want to finish the November chart socks as well, so I definitely think I won't be knitting them up this month. I'm excited to see everyone else's versions. Let me know down in the comments as well if you're going to knit up the December Colourwork Cuff Club socks, because I'd love to see how you interpret it, if you're going to do stay true to the pattern and knit up the stripes and everything, or if you're going to interpret it a different way and do something different. Let me know down in the comments as well, and I'm excited to see everyone's versions on Instagram. I've got 3 days off work now, which is really exciting. Tomorrow the weather's looking pretty good, so I definitely want to get outside and do some stuff outside of the house. But I also want to get some sewing and some knitting done tomorrow and show you guys some of that. So even when it's hot, I like being a homebody. I'm very much a homebody. I like being in my space. So even if the weather is nice, I kind of like being at home. I have so much vlogmas to catch up on. I know Ali from Fiberbound is doing vlogmas this year. I've got so many episodes of her to catch up on. Pepper Knits as well has some vlogmas episodes out. So yeah, I just want to get on top of that tomorrow because I really enjoy watching them, but I like to keep them all in my watch later so that I can sit down with my knitting when I have a large chunk of time and just get, you know, watch them all one after the other and get the festive vibes all in one go, if that makes sense. And it just feels really cozy and homely when I do that as well. So that's also the plan for the next couple of days. Let me know in the comments as well who you're watching this year for Vlogmas. I am watching Ali from Fiberbound, as I said, Pepper Knits, Penrose Knits. I can't remember who else I have seen. Obviously Zoella or Zoe Sugg, she's doing Vlogmas as far as I'm aware this year, so definitely watching her as well. I've missed her Vlogmases over the years when she's taken breaks. For valid reasons, you know, she started a family and everything, but yeah. I watch her every year. But yeah, let me know if you have any recommendations. I am going to go to this gym class, and then when I get home tonight, I want to do some knitting. I want to get a start on my brother's beanie, the colourwork portion. I want to start that. So that's my plan for this evening. Hope you're all having a good week so far, and I'll catch up with you a little bit later.
The bears the two of them together. They're so pretty. This freckled wimpy skein is an 85.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's just gone 1:30 and I have had a really slow morning, which has been really nice. I was really tired last night after doing a late early. It just takes it out of you. I never get enough sleep, and the morning shifts are always really busy. We had a lot of discharges. It's getting busier because we're getting closer to Christmas, so yes, I had a really slow morning this morning. I FaceTimed my parents and had a chat to them, talked through what they want for Christmas. So I need to do some Christmas shopping today, which we'll get to a little bit later. But I did do a little bit of knitting this morning. I've caught up on a couple of Vlogmases. I'm up to date with Penrose Knits, Pepper Knits, Fiberbound, Ali from This Little Wonderful Life, or Little Drops of Wonderful. I'm not sure which channel she's posting vlogmas on. But I'm going to link all the vlogmases I'm watching down in the description. So if you want to know who I'm watching this month, it'll all be down there. But the knitting I did, I mentioned that I wanted to get a wriggle on with my brother's colourwork beanie for his Christmas gift. And I did one row last night before I went to sleep, but I was knackered, so I didn't get any further. But I did some more this morning. Again, this is the Crofting in Scotland pattern by Bunny Muff. And this is where we're up to. So I've done this leaf motif, and there's also like a polka dot sort of motif there. Now, I had this thought when I was knitting up my dad's version of this beanie that the contrast between the grey and the cream really wasn't enough. And I was going to change that with this one and maybe lean towards a 2-colour version and just doing it in grey and orange. But I decided I really wanted it to match my dad's. The whole point of it is to have matching beanies. So I'm just following what I did last time with the colours. And it's coming out okay. I think the orange is very vibrant. But I think once the whole thing is done, it'll all tie in together. It'll look really, really nice. So I'm really happy with that so far. I really want to try and finish it by the end of this week so I can send off all my gift knits next week and they arrive in time for Christmas and all of that jazz. But we'll just see what I have time to finish up. Now, I also wanted to share my Spotify Wrapped. Spotify Wrapped came out last night, and I think it was Apple Replay came out the following day. So I thought I would share my Spotify Wrapped, and please feel free to share your Spotify Wrapped or your Apple Replay in the comments below. Let me know what you were listening to in 2024. But no surprise, my top artist for 2024 was Taylor Swift. My top artists were Taylor Swift, Bring Me the Horizon, this lo-fi artist that I love called Lovebird. They do a lot of Studio Ghibli lo-fi music. Stephen Schwartz, obviously I was listening to the original Wicked Broadway soundtrack a lot at the end of this year. And Christina Aguilera was number 5. I listened to the Burlesque soundtrack a lot. Let me know if you like that movie as well. And my top songs were all Taylor Swift. And quite sad songs, which is odd. But my top song for 2024 was I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. Number 2, Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, Exile, You're Losing Me, and Illicit Affairs. So there's my Spotify Wrapped for this year. Again, please feel free to share yours in the comments because I just find that so fun and I'm always so curious about what people are listening to. I feel like I learn so much about people based off of like their top music choices. So yeah, let me know what you've been listening to. As for the plans for today, it is boiling. It is boiling hot. It's 35 degrees right now. So I am inside in the cool air-conditioned house and I don't really have any intentions to leave. I was planning on going outside at some point today and sitting in the sun, which I may do later this afternoon, but I don't think I'll last long. I burn really easily. Work has just asked if anyone wants to work a night shift tonight. What am I doing tomorrow? Oh, I could. Okay, anyway, I'll think about it. Maybe I'll be working tonight, who knows. But I was planning on going out into the sun this afternoon. And I may still do that, go sit in the park for a little while. But yes, as I was saying, I burn really easily. So I don't know if I'll end up going outside just because I don't want to die. But it could be nice. Take out a picnic blanket, do some knitting, have a little iced coffee in the sun. It could be nice. But yeah, we'll just see. Later this evening though, it's Thursday, so we get late night trading here, which means the shops are open until 9 p.m. And I think they're starting to extend late night trading because of Christmas. I'm not sure when that's starting, but I think most shops and shopping centres will be open till 9 p.m. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday. I don't know when that starts. Anyway, irrelevant because most of you don't live in Australia. But yeah, tonight shops are open till 9. So I'll be meeting up with some of my friends later this evening to go do some Christmas shopping. And I also need to get some stuff for my United States trip. So yeah, that'll be happening tonight. I think hopefully we'll get some dinner. I'm really kind of keen for some sushi train. I haven't had a sushi train meal in a while. I feel like I'm overdue for a sushi train. So yes, that's kind of the plan for today. I'm gonna do some more knitting. I do have more vlogmases to watch. I reckon I'll make a definite list by the end of this week so that I can sit down and just give you a proper list. But the list will be in the description anyway, so that'll all be there. Okay, that's that. Let's go knit. Good morning / afternoon. It's almost 12 p.m. It's 11:58. So good afternoon. I had a really nice evening yesterday with my friends. We wanted to go to Sushi Train, but the line was way too long. It was literally all the way out the door into the hallway. So we ended up going to a dumpling place next door, which was really, really nice and so yummy. We were so hungry, so we got so much food, but we ended up eating it all, which makes me happy. No leftovers, no waste, which was good. And we did some shopping as well. So I went to Kmart and got some things for my trip, just some clothes, which I'll show you when I end up packing my suitcase. But then I came home and watched some vlogmases and did a little bit of knitting on my brother's beanie. And I'll quickly show you that now. I finished the main portion of the color work. Here we are. So I finished the main section of color work in the middle here, and I have the leaf motif left to go, and that happens whilst you're working the decreases. So we're really almost done with this one, which is super exciting, which means I'll hopefully have it done by tonight, which means it can be washed and blocked, which I'm really excited about. It's looking really good with the orange. I showed my dad this morning. He was like, oh, that is the same as mine. I was like, yes, exactly. They're gonna look really good together. I'm really excited for that. My hands were getting a little bit sweaty this morning when I was working on it. It's another hot day today. It's about 33 degrees at the moment. It's going to storm tonight though. Typical Melbourne. You get your hot days and then it storms. But yeah, my hands were getting a little bit sweaty when working on this, which meant like the fluff was getting stuck to my hands and it was hard to move on the needles. So I took a bit of a break from it. But today is kind of a busy day. I have been pottering about all morning trying to organize some more packing. The movers are coming next week. So I'm really trying to pack up the last of our things that are going to be going to Queensland, which has been a lot. And I can't pack everything up. I have a bunch of suitcases and things under our bed that I need to get out, but I need another person to lift the bed. The bed's really heavy. I can't do it on my own. So I need 1 or 2 people to help me lift the bed. And that was one of my main jobs that I wanted to do today. And then I realized that I'm just physically not able to do it on my own. So hopefully I can drag some friends to my house and they can help lift my bed in the coming days, and I can get everything out from underneath there. We use it as like a storage space for just stuff. So try and get all of that out so that that is ready to pack as well. I need to put a bunch of clothes and things in those suitcases. So I'm kind of at a standstill with the bedroom, but the only thing left after that is the office, which I'm going to finish up doing today, just after I film this clip. There's not much left to go. A lot of the stuff in there is coming with me. so it doesn't need to be done ASAP, but I'd like that area to be like tidy and organized so that when I pack my things for my move in January when we get back from America, it's all there ready to go, sort of already organized and not a mess, because we don't have a lot of time when we get back between when Callum will go back to Queensland and I need to move. We have maybe a week, I think it is. So yeah, I'm just trying to make sure, I guess as Laura from Penrose Knits always says, look after your future self. I'm looking after future Hayley and trying to make sure everything's sorted so when we get back I don't have to do too much before I move. I also want to go to Spotlight today. I really want to try to re-dye my 1031 sweater. There's a vlog out on my channel for that. I'll link it down below. It was my most recent project vlog. And in that I tried to dye it and I used the RIT all-purpose dye. And a lot of you recommended to use RIT dye more to dye the synthetic fibers that are in that yarn. So I want to grab some of that today as well. And I need to grab a hair clip for my December bow. So I figured I'll pop around to Spotlight today as well. And I also just have some life admin-y sort of stuff. Laundry, I've got some washing on at the moment. So it's kind of one of those sort out my life sort of days. But yeah, that's kind of what's happening. I want to finish my brother's beanie and work on some other things as well today. I also want to do some sewing. I need to make some Christmas scrub tops. I bought a bunch of fabric and I want to make them so that I can wear them this year over the next 2 weeks, rather than just having fabric that I've bought and haven't done anything with. So I want to do that today as well. I was hoping today would be a very much like cozy full day of knitting sort of day, but there's just too much to do. I think I'll hopefully get one of those days in the coming weeks. Once the move is done next week, I'll have a little bit of time. What's making me a little bit sad though is knowing that next week this couch is going to be gone, my TV will be gone, and my cozy knitting zone will not exist anymore. So I'm going to have to relocate myself upstairs, which is just so hot in the summer and is not really my cozy space, but we'll make it work. We'll figure it out. But yeah, that's everything that is going on. I'm gonna head upstairs to the office and start to sort the rest of that out. But yeah, that's the plan for this afternoon. I will catch up with you when I have some more knitting to share, hopefully. I really want to spend some time getting some knitting in today, because it's been a long week. Been very busy, and next week is going to be even busier, so I want to take some time today to look after myself and get some knitting time in and relax. But yeah, that's where we're at.
Santa, I've been good this year. Make your list and check it twice. I'll leave you a note right here underneath the Christmas lights. Carols and bells, none of them help. I still feel blue. I just wanna fall in love this Christmas. I don't need a fancy watch. You can give the elves a break. No, you can't make it in the shop. You can't put it on your sleigh. You know me so well that nobody else can do what you do. I just wanna fall in love this Christmas. I just wanna fall in love. Save the wrapping paper, your ribbon and bow. I don't need that extra stuff. Oh, I just wanna fall in love. I've been good this year. Make your list and check it twice. I'll leave you a note right here underneath the Christmas lights. You know me so well, and nobody else can do what you do. I just wanna fall in love this Christmas. I just wanna fall in love. Fall in love. Just wanna fall.
Good morning, everyone. I'm just popping on here to close out this vlog. I have a lot going on today, not knitting related, lots of friends involved, and they don't want to be filmed. So I am closing out this vlog this morning. So I wanted to recap everything that I knit and made this week. Yesterday was a very busy but productive day. A lot of housey things. But in the evening, I ended up watching Love Actually with my parents on FaceTime, and I actually tried out some different like cocktails based on the spirits that I had in the house. I'll leave one in the description below because it was delicious. I think there's lots of different names for it, but it was a mix of Bailey's Chambord, which is like raspberry liqueur, I think, and what else was it? Cointreau, and it was delicious. So I'm thinking that might be my go-to Christmas cocktail this year. We shall see. But as for knitting and making, I did sew up the bow to a clip yesterday. You would have seen I popped a spotlight and got myself some of these clips. Now there's little holes in this clip. I don't know if you can see that properly. There's little holes there, and for some reason I thought my darning needle would fit through it. It doesn't, so I just sewed it up with some cotton thread, and it looks fantastic. I'll put it in my hair. My ponytail's a little bit high for this bow, but I'll put it in so you can get kind of like the vision. It's actually giving me Kiki's delivery service vibes. I hope you can see that. I hope you can see that. But that's the intention with this bow. So I've sewed that up. That's all done. So first finished object for Vlogmas. I'm very happy. As for my brother's beanie, I did one row on this last night while I was watching the movie, and then just didn't do any more. So this is where we're up to. I just did one row of orange at the top there. And I think it's time to start the crown decreases. So I'm gonna look at that later tonight if I have time. I'm out all day. I literally have to leave in like 20 minutes. So yes, if I have time tonight, I will do some more rows on that, but otherwise it's a tomorrow job. Now you would have seen yesterday, I did some sewing and I did make myself a scrub top. Here it is. It's this really cute stitch Christmas print, and it looks fantastic. Now, if you watched one of my recent vlogs, I think, maybe it's a previous podcast, I'm not sure. I did mention that I cut apart the scrubs that they hand out at work, the theatre scrubs, because I like the fit of those scrubs. So I cut one up and traced the pieces to make a pattern. And that's what I did with this one. I used those pattern pieces, and I've been altering them over time to try and make them fit a little bit better, because obviously I literally traced it with a pencil. Messiest pattern you've ever seen in your life. But I'm still sort of finessing bits and pieces here and there to make sure it fits together properly. And there's less errors in this one. It's less messy. The sleeves are still a problem. I really struggle with sleeves on garments. I'm not really sure why, but there's always just too much fabric. So I don't know what the deal is there. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm not taking into account seam allowance for sewing up the middle here. Maybe it's the order in which I sew it up. I don't really know, but yeah, sleeves are still a problem. But the neckline's looking so much better. There's only a little bit of overlap on this side. Compared to last time, there was a massive overlap. It's drying on that drying rack, my most recent one. So I won't show you because it is wet. But yes, the neckline's a lot better. The side seams are still my favorite feature. I just sew across the top there. I love that part. And I did feature a tag again this time.
There we go. For hanging my ID on. And I put it in the right spot this time. On my most recent one, it was over here in the armpit. So I put it in the right spot this time, which is good. And yeah, I'm really excited to wear this tomorrow. I've got a morning shift tomorrow, so I'm really excited to wear that to work. So yeah, that's all the crafty stuff that I got up to this week, which is great. Oh, I forgot to mention, I did try to over dye my 1031 sweater again. So I bought the Rit Dye More, and I realized it doesn't come in a black, it comes in, well, it does come in a black, but it's called graphite, and the bottle looks grey. So I was really confused, and so I was doing major Googling and realized that that is the black colour for Rit Dye More. And I really thought it was gonna go pitch black this time. I don't have a pot that's big enough to fit that sweater, so I couldn't actually follow the instructions to a T. It suggests that you put it over the stove to maintain the hot temperature throughout the entire dyeing process. But what I did was I just topped up the sink with boiling water every 10 minutes for an hour. So I did that, and I was hoping that it would change to a like very pitch black sort of color. It didn't. It is darker than what it was, but the stripes are still there, and I think I'm just gonna leave it now. I'm happy with it. It is darker, so I definitely think I will wear it a little bit more. Once it's dry, I'll show you next week. But yeah, it didn't go the way I planned, which is fine. I'm definitely still gonna get wear out of it, which is a good thing. It's not a wasted project or anything like that. I'm not upset about it or anything at all. I'll definitely be wearing it in the States when we go. So I did that yesterday as well. And I bought some other fabric from Spotlight when I was there to make myself a knitting needle pouch to take with us when we go on holiday. Because right now my knitting needles are everywhere. They're all over the floor. They're so disorganized. I never know what sizes they are. So I want to make a case that has sizes embroidered on the inside. That way I can store them a little neater. So this is my outside fabric, is this gorgeous green gingham picnic blanket fabric. It is stunning. It's cotton, very loose drapey fabric. So I'm thinking I might need to put some interfacing in the middle. I've got a very heavy interfacing though, so I don't know if I put that in there, if it will be too stiff to roll up. But I figured I could just cut out all the layers and then test it before I sew it together. And then for the inside lining, I did get myself some regular calico. I was thinking of doing this for the outside and the gingham on the inside. But then I had the idea of embroidering the sizes on the inside, so I wanted to do the calico. That way you can actually see the embroidery. So yeah, that's my plan. I'm hoping to do that sometime next week, especially before we go away. I just want a nice way to store it. I will link below the YouTube tutorial I'm going to try and follow. But if you do have any suggestions of knitting needle case patterns, please let me know down in the description below. I haven't cut any pattern pieces out yet or anything, so if you have one that you really stand by and you love, let me know. I'm looking for a roll-up case with a tie, but I'll link the one that I'm planning to use down below. There's heaps on YouTube, heaps on Etsy as well, so there's lots out there. But if you have a tried and true pattern that you love, let me know. I do still have 2 Christmas fabrics to use. I've got a Winnie the Pooh Christmas fabric and a Gingerbread Man Christmas fabric, and I was hoping to get them all done yesterday and make 3 scrub tops, but I find with sewing I have to concentrate the entire time. It's not like knitting where I can get into a flow state and I just go and can do it whilst watching a movie. It requires a lot of my concentration and a lot of brain space, and I find that it exhausts me. I get really, really tired and I do get frustrated with sewing sometimes because it never seems to go my way. But I know that's just an experience thing, and it comes with practice as with anything. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep refining this pattern until it is the way that I want it. But my eyes were starting to hurt. I had a headache, so I moved away from that once that scrub top was done. So hopefully I can find some time over next week to finish those up, because I only have 5 or 6 shifts left before I go away on holiday. So I really need to make these before then. But yeah, that's everything from this week. It's a busy week. I feel like I did a lot. But yeah, today is another busy day. Again, not taking you guys along, and I'm not vlogging on Sundays either. So I will be back on Monday for week 2 of Vlogmas. I really hope you enjoyed week 1. I really enjoyed vlogging again. I've missed it. I've done project vlogs for the last month. So that's more long-term vlogging and sporadic bits and pieces here and there. So I really missed taking you along with me for a week. And I'm excited to do it again next week. We have so much going on next week. I'm really excited. Thank you again for choosing to spend your December with me. I am also a little bit overwhelmed by all the Vlogmas content this year. A lot of my favorite YouTubers are doing Vlogmas, which is really exciting, but there's a lot out there at the moment. So if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for joining me. It means the absolute world to me that you chose to spend part of your December with me. All right, I gotta get moving. I hope you are having a good December so far, and I will see you next week. Bye.